Now we're moving into Numbers and we're covering 650 prayers in the Bible. So we're starting with the prayer as benediction, which is in Numbers chapter 6, verse 24 to 27. So in Numbers chapter 6, we're talking about the spiritual life of an Israelite, and the fact that there would be times when the need to fill a simple dedication to the Lord will arise, which is particularly fasting and giving yourself dedicated to the Lord. So in order to give some credence to such time, God gave the Israelites instructions on how to take a vow of separation, which was literally called the Nazarite vow. And in the Nazarite vow, you must stay away from wine, beer, vinegar, grape juice, fresh grapes, raisins, and avoid basically anything produced by the grapevine from seeds to skin. So also there was no hair, no haircuts were given. All of those things to consecrate themselves onto God. The reason why they mention the haircuts is because the Nazaretes' long hair was a statement of dedication. So just to be clear, there were several well-known people within the Bible that were considered Nazarites. So you had John the Baptist, you had Samuel, and of course, Samson. It's also clear that there are only a few Nazarites that were there, Nazarites for life that are mentioned in the Bible, but many people did take the vow so that they, for a certain period, would be considered Nazarites, which would be much like something that, when you give up something for Lent, for example, because it's a special time of dedication to God. The taking the vow, the Nazarite vow, was a fellowship offering, a free will offering to fulfill such a vow. So specifically, we're going to talk about the priestly blessing that is mentioned in Numbers chapter 6, verses 22 to 27. So we're going to talk about this prayer that priests say to bless the Israelites. So on verse 22, it starts with, "The Lord spoke to Moses, tell Aaron and his sons, this is how you are to bless the Israelites. You should say to them, may the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord look with favor on you and give you peace. So in this way, they will pronounce my name over the Israelites, and he's referring to God, I will bless them." So it's clear that when God turns his face toward his people, he gives them his presence and his attention. So it's just a reassurance to these nomadic Hebrews that God literally did not forget them, and he was actually just watching over them. So essentially, this is God's pleasure in his people. When you talk about making their face shine, it's a form of, much like when you hear people today say that parents are beaming over their children or beaming with pride over their children. It's the same concept. I think one of the best gems when you read chapter 6 of Numbers, you would realize just the fact that, remember that Samson was famously dedicated as a Nazarite before he was even born. So when you go and you read Numbers chapter 6, you yourself can take the Nazarite vow, a vow of separation, in order to consecrate yourself unto God, because it's clear that the Bible demands perfection, but it's clearly made that there are practical provisions for real life in order for you to consecrate yourself unto God through the Nazarite vow.